Hey there, Deadheads. Gerhard here again. This time we don't just have a record to show off, but we've got a little bit of controversy, some news, some controversies, and a little bit of ugly rumors, dare I say. Now, if you know what I'm talking about when I say ugly rumors, obviously you should just pick up your copy of Grateful Dead at the Mars Hotel, turn it upside down, hold it in a mirror, then you might see what I mean by ugly rumors. But getting into the latest and greatest, getting into the news, first of all, I'm sure we all saw Dave had a Seaside Chat about 2 weeks ago, and that in those Seaside Chats, actually multiple chats, he showed Dave's Picks 42, which was a pair of shows from 1969, a little bit of Primal Dead for us. One of those shows, there's a Monkey and the Engineer. I love a Monkey and the Engineer, so very excited about that one. And very excited about some more 1969 Dead. I don't think there was a lot. I think there was only one 1969 Dead release in the Dave's Pick series so far. So really excited to get some great primetime Pigpen era Dead. But then, of course, the other big announcement was the CD box set for 2022, and that is In and Out of the Garden, Madison Square Garden, 1981, 1982, and 1983. And that is going to be 6 shows across a bunch of CDs. I'm not sure how many CDs. And a little bit of controversy there. First set of ugly rumors. A couple rumors showing up in the Steve Hoffman AV forums in the past couple weeks. Someone had suggested that first that the tapes, maybe some, all, who knows, are running about 2.5% fast. And I think that was pretty quickly debunked. I think Jeffrey Norman debunked that on another forum on Lossless Legs. But then the other rumor, which is still out there, is that they're unable to use the plangent process on the 1981 shows. And the plangent process, which obviously is used for, I think, all the archival tape-based releases, and these are cassette tape releases or cassette tape original recordings from the Madison Square Garden shows. The rumor is that the 1981 shows, they're not able to use the plangent process, which would be a little bit of a bummer. The plangent process, of course, is the process for evening out the speed of the tape. So anytime there's flutter in the speed, might run a little bit fast, might run a little bit slow. Those are, of course, spikes and valleys because tape motors are unreliable. They're mechanical. It's supposed to even those out, but apparently there is missing bias tone. So we'll see. We'll see where that goes. We'll see what comes out. No vinyl releases slated for that. My suspicion is that there's going to be either a Record Store Day Black Friday release of that I think it's the 1981 breakout show, or we'll get it in 2023's Record Store Day release. So I think we're going to get a box set of vinyl. They haven't announced it yet. It's not on dead.net yet, but I am looking forward to the future release. I know some people are a little bit less keen about originally cassette-sourced audio being pressed on vinyl, but I'll probably pick it up if they release it. And then the second set of ugly rumors, which turned out to not be rumors but the truth, is Mofi-Gate. Anyone who follows vinyl community on YouTube or any other influential record accounts on YouTube, record or vinyl creators, is probably already familiar with this, but Mike from the In-Groove a few weeks ago got an insider tip that Mofi, since I think it was 2017, has been using digital intermediaries for their pressing. So, of course, if you're not familiar with Mofi, they source from the original master recording, hence the original master recording banner up here. They, for some of these recordings, and I don't know if this counts as post-2017 because this is, of course, they started releasing this before 2017, but this is a fairly recent pressing. They use a digital intermediary, essentially recording those master tapes to 4x DSD files, and some purists who want that all analog chain are pissed off about it. They're not happy. They felt like they were led to believe that it was all analog. MoFi, Mobile Fidelity, Sound Lab has stated, these digital intermediaries sound better, and our commitment is the best sounding version of the record. I personally would prefer a better sounding recording than an all analog chain. I'm not, that type of purist. who's going to be turned off by a digital intermediary. But I'm curious what you guys think. Let me know down below if you are fired up, if you've got a strong opinion about this Mofi-Gate. And it's not just records this summer. We just finished up Dead & Company Tour. I managed to catch 3 dates from tour this year, the second night at Wrigley Field in Chicago, as well as those 2 nights of tour here in New York City at Citi Field. And so had a really great Dead & Company tour, company jamboree, this summer, and so had a great one there. And so finally, the moment I'm sure many have been waiting for, I had mentioned in a past bootleg video, I think I can link it here, a past video about bootlegs. I showed off the 1975 snack benefit concert. And that was a Parachute Recording Company Euroboot. Most of these bootlegs, you can't buy them on Discogs. They're hard to find. Sometimes local record stores will have them. You can track them down on eBay. But they're often Parachute Recording Company bootlegs. This one's a little bit different. And this one's kind of a special one because this is a 2 release Dead in Cornell. And so we have Volume 1, and then we have Volume 2 of Dead in Cornell. And these are not Parachute Recording Company, but they are from a label called Darwinism in the Falkland out of Rome, Italy. Really interesting release because, obviously the Cornell show, Cornell 5877, is probably the most famous Grateful Dead concert. I've got friends who aren't Deadheads who know 5877. They know Cornell. And that release is really sought after. If you look for it on Discogs, it's going to run you about $500 to $600 for a used copy of it. And so when I came across a copy of this, I found it quite attractive. This was, I think I paid $40 per release. Each release was 2 records. Really cool vinyl. A almost clear version. You had a little bit of speckling in there with a really cool, almost hand-drawn label. Disc 2, and this is both Volume 1. So Record 1, Record 2. It's this really cool red record. It's a really interesting release. I think it came out shortly before the official release, because I think the first pressing of the official release was 2017. I think this was also 2017 released. And it's interesting because it's sourced from those bootleg tapes that have been around for quite some time. Those Betty boards made their way to fans, to bootleg, to re-listen, to archive.org. And those were circulating for quite some time. Now they don't sound as good as the Apple Music files that you'll get, so I can't compare this to the official release. But there's a strange warmth to them. It's not the cleanest release. If it was going head to head with the $500 box set on Discogs, I'm sure the box set would win to the audiophile's ears. But I think that's an unfair comparison. I think this is one of the best bootlegs I've heard. It's not radio sourced. It's sourced from the Betty boards. And there's that really magical, almost, it's like listening to the best bootleg tape that you've traded for, but pressed to vinyl. A little bit of a novelty, a little bit of a funny thing to have as someone who's got a pretty robust collection. I've got some really great sounding shows, but I think this is just a really nice release. I did a little, I listened to it a couple times through on speakers and on headphones on my Sennheiser and Massdrop HD6XXs. So those headphones right there. Really enjoyed them. Really enjoyed this release on headphones. I think it was $80 well spent to pick up this release. And so I would say for a bootleg release, I could probably recommend this one. I would probably say to seek it out. Hard-ish to find. You can track it down on eBay. I recommend it, though, especially if you're a big fan of spring 1977 Grateful Dead and this particular show, but you're not trying to spend $500 on the release. And so that's it for Cornell 77 Bootleg edition. I guess technically still a Euroboot because it is out of Rome, Italy. In terms of news and what's coming out soon, I did see a perhaps yet another ugly rumor, but there's some product pages popping up for a re-release of the Grateful Dead's 1969 Fillmore East show. That at Fillmore East with the wolf on the cover. Typically hard to find, usually expensive on Discogs if you're looking for the previous pressing. I think it's Friday Music is putting it out, and so it's probably going to be worth picking up if you are a 1969 fan. In addition to that, I haven't gotten my copy of the Spring 1990 box set re-release. That might have just been a fluke. It could have been an error. But I did order my copy, and I haven't received it yet, of that re-release of the So Glad You Made It Spring 1990 compilation re-release. And then, of course, on the radar, we've got Madison Square Garden, we've got Dave's Picks 42, and so a lot of really great stuff coming out soon, and so really excited about that. Let me know down in the comments below which of these upcoming releases you're the most excited about, because I'm really curious to see, and of course I want to make a video about any releases that folks are really excited about. And so that's all for today. Thank you guys very much. Peace.